Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to finally get the timing cover off of this car and check our work. Last I checked, before I put the timing cover back on, it was timed correctly, but we may have slipped a tooth, so we are going to find out. So the first thing that we have to do is we need to drain the radiator, because we're gonna have to take the radiator out, which is really easy, and it'll just give us some more space to work on the timing cover. Now, we're going to also have to take off the belt, of course, the tensioner, alternator, AC compressor, and get everything out of the way. Right now I am not able to move the car because it's just me, so somebody is going to be coming to help us out to move the car into the shop. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to just start removing things. Let's get it. So just a fun little fact here, whenever you're working on your FA20 and you're wondering how to get this belt off, all you got to do is put your wrench on the tighten setting and basically just push down like you're tightening, and it actually will push the tensioner over and give you slack on the belt. You can see that there, and then you're able to just slide the belt right off. All right, and Marcus has showed up to save the day. That way we can get the car back in the shop. What's up? How you doing? So I think we're gonna try and pull the timing cover off tonight. See what happens. Because now all I have to do is pull off the timing cover, and we'll crank the pulley over, and we'll see if the teeth line up. If basically the arrows point at each other, then we'll know if it's in time. If it's not, then we'll be like, bingo, that's it. That's been the problem the whole time. So. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go ahead and drain the coolant. Probably gonna have to drain the oil as well, because we're gonna have to pull the dipstick. And there's oil that runs through the timing cover, so we'll just drain everything right now. Okay, so we still have the coolant dripping. It's still going quite a bit in there. And yes, this was like the red blend, which is not correct, but that's what he bought. Anyways, we got all of the oil out of the car now. We saved that, so all the oil looks pretty good. It's not very dirty at all. But we do have a substantial leak somewhere. As you can see, it's coming from up here, so we're gonna have to figure that out too. I'm gonna unbolt the headers because we need to get back there anyway, and it'll give us room for the timing cover. So that's what we're doing now. Let's get it. All right, so we have the radiator out now. It's sitting right over there. The next thing is I'm gonna remove the headers in the turbo. It's just gonna give us way more room to pull off this timing cover. So I'm gonna get the inlet off and the bypass valve and all that good stuff, and we'll get the turbo and headers off. Okay, so everything is now disconnected and the turbo and headers are ready to come out, so that's what we're gonna do now. Alrighty, so we have the headers and the turbo off, and now we have so much space to work on this timing cover, so timing cover is next. And there it is. Oh, it's peeing all over me. Here is the timing cover. So, moment of truth. Let's see if this car is out of time. Okay, so I rewatched a couple videos and just to check myself and make sure that everything is actually the way it should be. This looks like it's in time to me. I know I put it in time perfectly when I did it. The only reason I took this off is in case it slipped a tooth. But if you look, you've got the pulley straight up here. This pin lines straight up, and when that's the case, you're gonna have all your arrows pointing at each other. If you look here, you have arrow pointing towards arrow, and if you look over here, you have arrow pointing towards arrow. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to retime the engine just to retime it, just so I can say, okay, I retimed it and made sure it was absolutely perfect. But then there's also the thing, you know, what if I retime it and then that slips? I don't know. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of pissed off because You know, here I went through all the work pulling off the timing cover just to make sure I knew what I already know, which is I did a good job on it. So I don't know. I'm thinking I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. Just kind of pissed. Shit. All right, guys. So this is where I'm deciding to leave the car for the night. I pulled the timing cover off, and as you saw, it looked like the timing is all correct. So I'm gonna take a break for now. Did a lot today. We're gonna cover this up, sprayed a bunch of WD-40 in there. Gonna just keep it nice and sealed up because now we do have stuff exposed. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna just seal this up here and call it a night. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night. Sheesh.